Yes, Sirski. Yes, sir, ski. I should have taken a dump before I came on. Did you sleep, Argenti? Yeah, he's asleep, bro. No, I scheduled the fight for next week. Well, I didn't schedule it, he did, but I set up the live stream. The live stream is there, guys. Check it out. We have to wait a week because of Argenti. Good morning. What up? What up? What up? We got a member. I'm sorry, guys. This week, this card, I'm not confident at all, so I just kind of let it slide. But we'll be back on track. Is there a card next week? There isn't, right? Damn. Ortega 100% smoked. I was going Sterling at first, man. I wish I just bet that. Because now the odds are messed up. Bro, watch him win this. We saw this with Yair. It's set up for him to lose. Watch him win this now. I don't know why he's still fighting. Is that the weirdest weight class too? Like 153? You think Ortega play? Imagine. He's pulling a Derek Lewis. He's like, overhand right. If he comes out and looks amazing, I will be so mad. One second. Ortega. May God help us all. We're going to go through the whole card. I got everything here. We're going to go through the entire card. My rule of thumb is... There's my dog. My rule of thumb is fade Chinaman. And the issue is we have a lot of Chinamen here. May God help us. It's hard to fade half a card. Man, I just can't pick DR. I don't even know if that's how you say his name. DR, whatever. I can't do it. Based off his last performance. I don't know if he gassed in like round 2 or 3, but it's Brenton Ribeiro. How do you lose that? Brenton Ribeiro is horrible. You know, both guys I think have had one UFC fight. These are the stats. Nothing too crazy here. 5 inches of reach for urine. I'm just gonna call him urine. And this guy has a tick, man. If you have a tick, you're basically gonna lose the fight. So that's that. But again, not confident at all. The odds are pretty even. Do they have odds on here? Yeah, minus 135. Nasty. I don't like picking fights where they've had one UFC fight, and the majority of this card is like one UFC fight. I'm still on my guy Yu. I'm still going Yu. Very close fight. The odds are dead even. You know, the stats. Long has the height and the reach. He could definitely get it done, but I like you in this. I like you in this. That's why you should pick you. I have no idea who this is. I'm not even gonna lie. I've only seen this guy fight. Who is this guy? Fade the Chinaman. By Chinaman, I mean if you're from Asia, so they're both technically from China, even though one's from Korea. Oh my God. We got Giuliano Argenti versus Yizha? It should be day and night. You know, this guy ain't no Gene Silva. I don't know if he sleeps him, but it's Weston Wilson, guys. American wrestling, get that out of here. That is not happening on this fight. I'm sorry. We're going Yiza heavy. I don't know how you bet this fight at a minus 1,200. Maybe just pray to God he gets a finish. KO submission. I don't know what the price tag is on that, but I do want to see Weston Wilson get knocked out, so that'd be sick. That would be sick. Michelle Pereira and Kyle Dawkins, the fight nobody wanted to see. This guy hasn't looked like a demon in an entire year, which is terrifying. You made four units of profit? Holy shit. I watched Road to UFC, but I didn't bet on it. I don't even know if I could. I didn't even check. My girl, bro. I don't even know her name. Who's the girl that had the main event? Why was at the main event? I don't know. But Bruna Brazil actually looked like a fighting nerd this time. She had really good check left hooks. She would like slide out of the pocket. Bink. It was a good fight. It was a good scrap. I think Thanos wins late sub. That's the other fight. Ortega needs to move to 155. I don't care. He doesn't get fights. Yeah. At 155, I think he's smoked, though. At 155, he's smoked. How tall is Ortega? Yeah, 5'8", bro. You're getting smoked. I'm sorry. 5'8", you're getting smoked. I like Ortega, though. I like... Overall personality, I like Ortega, but his fights scare me. It's hard for me to pick him. Shi Ming, bro. R.I.P. Shi Ming. Can someone explain to me why people that are in the UFC are in Road to UFC? Can someone explain that? Because I don't get it. She had to beat a tiny girl to win. If Shi Ming was taller. I don't know. She didn't look that good. I thought she won round 1. They gave it 30-27 to Bruna Brazil. Whatever. Rounds 2 and 3 were definitely Bruna, though. Michelle Pereira and Kyle Dawkins, man. Kicked out of the UFC. Went to CFFC, whatever that stands for. Cage Fighting Fury Cage. And he's gotten some good wins, like a lot of finishes. I think all finishes, but it's not the UFC, bro. It's not the UFC. Michelle Pereira losing to Anthony Hernandez, absolutely fine. Losing to a Boost, I'm kind of okay with that. I'm half okay with that. I don't think a Boost is that good, but whatever. Pereira, don't stress it. Yeah, this should be... We should see a stellar Michelle Pereira performance where he's doing backflip, knees to the face, knees to the neck, which are illegal. But we should see something like that from Michelle Pereira. I want to see him running around the cage. I want to see all that shit. Backflips off the fence, flying knee. I will say Kyle Dawkins was piecing up my guy Kevin Holland. I couldn't believe what I was watching. But I've never been a fan of the Dawkins brothers. It's just not it. What's the other one? Chris Dawkins? Pereira, don't stress it. Facts. What's the price tag? It's not bad, bro. You would have thought this would be like a minus 500. Rongzhu and Austin Hubbard. I am on Rongzhu, but this is kind of tough because Austin Hubbard is a dog. You know, that Alexander Hernandez fight was pretty scrappy. He was giving it to him. No diddy. So if people pick Austin Hubbard, I'm not mad at it. You know, the age slightly concerns me. You know, the speed should be there for Rongzhu pretty nicely. I believe he's the one that just fraud checked Cody Steele. It should be Rongzhu, guys, day and night. But Austin Hubbard is doggy. I think he's from the tough season where they brought back veterans. So if I'm not mistaken, he lost the championships. Maybe he won them. I forget. I know he's lost his last 2 UFC fights. Went the distance, but I think they were split decisions. So he's got a puncher's chance. Stuff some takedowns, apply pressure. You know, if Rongzhu doesn't show up, this could be an Austin Hubbard night, but I am going Rongzhu. Charles Johnson, Loner Cavana. This one's tough. This one's tough. I am still siding with my guy Charles Johnson. I just think level of competition, I'm okay with going Charles Johnson. Level of competition, I'm okay. Hubbard, Acasta, Dawkins parlay, no. No. It is not impossible. Honestly, I'm okay with Hubbard and Acasta. I can't do Dawkins. It has life, but Dawkins is more of a submission guy. I think he's gotten 10 subs and 1 KO. I just can't do it with Dawkins, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I really can't do it. But, you know, I said Chase Hooper and Kaya Sakura were a lock last week, so don't listen to me. Eight years younger for Cavana. Ouch. That doesn't mean shit. Everyone overthinking this loner all fucking day. Joshua Van, bro. Joshua Van. I don't know. Joshua Van. I think he was losing that fight until he did work, but whatever. Doesn't count. In my eyes, it was 3-0 Joshua Van. I mean, Charles Johnson. Even though it wasn't. Man, I like Charles Johnson, bro. It just depends if he... You know, if he waits a round and a half, I'm going to crash out. I don't get the odds either. I really don't. This should be a pick'em. Just because he's undefeated from England? Come on. Come on, guys. Don't do this to me. I'm going Charles Johnson. You know, slick striking, good takedown defense, decent fight IQ. I can't stand his hair, though. We got to shave that thing quick. Great. Can't see his full name, so I don't even know what his name is. We'll just call him Ma. Ma versus Gage Young. You got to be real fucked up in the head to name your kid Gage. I'm not going to lie to you. Out of all the names, we're going to call him Gage. Same age, basically same reach, 3 inches of height for Ma. I think I'm going Gage Young, guys, for the power. You know the rule, fade Chinaman. Young by greasy decision. This is tough. Close to a pick'em, which makes sense. I like the power for Young, bro. I really do. Oh, fuck. More UFC experience, too, if I'm not mistaken. Barely. I hate these fights on this card, bro. Everyone's had, like, 1 UFC fight or 3. I can't stand it. I hate cards like this. I'm going Young for no reason at all. His first name is Gage. Lockett. This is a hell of a name. Here we go, boys. Tailake Nuruaji and Kiefer Crosby. Minus 500, plus 350. Chai Nu. They do, bro. The rule on this channel is fade anyone from Asia. It usually works out. Especially if you're from Road to UFC or Tough or something. Works every time. So this is a tough card because we're fading Chinaman. But this Chinaman should win. Kiefer Crosby, I think, has had like anywhere from 3 to 5 UFC fights. A lot of losses. His wins aren't good. I think he only has had 1 win, if I'm not mistaken. But the issue here is this guy is a Chinaman. But he should get a finish. He should get a finish. I forget if he has more submission ability or knockout power. So when that's the case, you like a finish, KO sub. It should bring like a minus 500 to like a minus 150, something like that. I'm okay with that. Crosby KO first round. Yo, T-Swizz. T-Swizz, bro. I'm going to tell you everything that T-Swizz is going to pick. Watch. I'm going this guy. No idea why. Kill me. T-Swizz, you are going Kevin Borjas, aren't you? I'm going to tell you all the rest of T-Swizz's predictions. Ready? Kevin Borjas. He's going Waldo Cortez Acasta. He's going Sterling. You might pick Ortega. And then you're probably going Johnny Walker, right? Tell me right now, are those your picks? Let's talk about T-Swizz. You're a funny guy, bro. Sumudargi, Kevin Borjas. This is one of my favorite fights on the card. Kevin is a lot. I was just going to say I'm picking Sumudargi. At a minus 170, though, I don't like that. This should be pick'em. I honestly, it's weird that I'm picking him, but I'm going to say this. I think he should be a slight underdog. Like a plus 110. He looks good. Like, he looks good in fights. But he lacks, like, urgency. He almost pulls like a Charles Johnson. You know, I say this all the time. I was there live when he fought Matt Schnell. So that fight is, like, embedded in my brain. Yes, he got absolutely starched and put to sleep with a submission. But up until then, he was demonizing Matt Schnell. And yes, it's Matt Schnell. He has no chin. The Walker pick was disrespectful. You probably have the fight going the distance, don't you? You plus Money Hunter. How many people were in here? I can't even see. 4. Holy shit. What have I done? Sumudargi, Kevin Borjas. Does Sumudargi have the power? Not really. He's more of like a point fighter. Unless he can, like, you know, tie you up like he did with Matt Schnell and find his openings. But I am going Sumudargi, guys. Don't kill me if this doesn't hit. Yes, he's from China. I'm supposed to fade him, whatever. Kevin Borjas. Probably more well-rounded than Sumudargi. Lacks the UFC experience. Man, a lot of these fights are tough. I have, like, nothing good to say about anybody. He's from Peru. Lock it. I'm going Sumudargi, guys. I don't see a finish in this fight either. I can see us going the distance pretty nicely. Over 2.5, maybe over, or maybe round 3 to start if you're scared to pick a money line. Or if you guys can bet point spreads. You know, the point spread on Borjas, just win a single round, don't get finished. I like that. Watch this card be demon finishes. Sergey Pavlovich, Waldo Cortez Acasta. Another tough one. It should be pretty straightforward, but of course it's not. Why would it be? I think he has some crazy reach, 6 inches of reach. They're both the same age. I don't think, has Cortez fought someone that hits as hard as Pavlovich? Didn't Waldo Cortez fight Robelis to Spain? Am I bugging? Or that actually happened, right? I'm pretty sure he did. Very smart game plan. He could literally do the same thing to Sergey, but he didn't. He did. All right, bet. The issue is Robelis to Spain is literally like a minute and a half or it's nothing. That's not Sergey Pavlovich, so they're different in that sense. This guy has been throwing recently, too. I believe he's an ex-baseball player. He throws overhand rights like it's a fastball. It's fucking crazy. Spivak was rocking him. Yeah, but didn't he beat Spivak, too? Cortez decision? I knew it, T-Swizz. I fucking knew it. It's possible, man. It's definitely possible. If there's a finish in this fight, like you said, T-Swizz, I see it being Sergey. Well, you didn't say that, but you picked Cortez decision. I think it's Cortez decision or Pavlovich KO. That's really it. I don't think he gets a sub. I don't think he does ground and pound. This is a pretty big step up in competition for Waldo, but he could do it. He definitely could do it. Don't think Acasta can get a takedown, Pav, like he did versus Spain. And yeah, he beat Spivak, but debately. You know, this one's hard because you see his last fight against Ryan Spann. You're like, oh my God, this guy's a demon, but it's Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann did not show up that night. Good last fight for Ryan Spann, but, you know, this is not Ryan Spann. Let's not act like this is Ryan Spann. I might be biased here. I might be picking Sergey because I'm biased. He absolutely terrifies me. This guy's a giant. Hits extremely hard. Got starched by Tom Aspinall somehow. It happens. But I am going Sergey, guys. You know, the safer bet, like I said, if you can do this, I can do it on DraftKings where I pick Sergey KO or Cortez decision. You can put that together. The odds probably aren't going to be the best, but it probably won't be god-awful. It's probably like a minus 300. Under 2.5 is scary, only because if this guy wins, it's not a finish. You know, that's what should happen is under 2.5. Will it happen? Terrifying. I would trust the over 1.5 more than I trust the under 2.5, but that's just me. Do what you guys think is best. There's plenty of times where I've gone with my gut. I watch a bunch of prediction videos. They get their thing wrong. I got mine right. This could be a case where I'm good with the over 1.5, or I shit the bed and it's a round one finish. But, you know, 6 inches of reach for a guy that hits this hard is pretty scary. In training camp, he doesn't have to practice striking. Just practice takedown defense. That's it. That's it. And then Waldo Cortez Acasta. Don't practice striking. Just practice getting the takedown. But hey, it should be that simple, but it's not. You think Sergey wins decision, maybe two for one? Did you ever fight? You mean the fight that's scheduled to happen, or you mean actually fight in an amateur league? Sergey had pretty underwhelming performance versus Rosenstruck. Yeah. He had a bad performance against Volkov. You know, Volkov kind of did what he can do. Just pressure, hold against the cage, get a takedown. Sergey was pissed that fight. They were like kind of homies at one point. Pushed him off of him. When's the scheduled fight? I already scheduled it on my live stream. We're waiting for Argenti because Argenti, for some reason, can't fight until next Wednesday. This kid was streaming yesterday for 18 hours, so he's just delaying the inevitable. Hasn't looked the same since Tom KO'd him. That is true, man. That's why I could be baiting. He could just be past his prime. But they're the same age. That's the issue. He's been kind of looking worse. Based on stock report, he's been looking worse. He's been looking better. So if you're picking Cortez, I get it. I get it. Waldo may be the blanket for Sergey, sorry. He could do it, guys. I'm not saying... It's not like T-Swizz picking... Who'd you pick that was god-awful? Oh, Dawkins. It's not like that. You know, if you guys pick Waldo, I ain't mad at it. I'll probably put Waldo on some parlays, bro. Plus 220 for a guy that has a serious chance. Do you know what decision is for Waldo Cortez? Anybody know what the decision prop? If that's like plus 500, sign me up. Maybe the bookies know something we don't, but that'd be crazy. That's like the plus 400 range. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. This one is weird, boys. This one. This one's weird. You better get to our junkie before Doug Memo gets... Yeah, he's next. We'll do a whole fight card. Our Jenny can fight Mila. And then co-main is him and Doug, and then main event is me and Argentine. And then we'll have Musical fight him, No Chill, JVD. Colby Covington's burner can hop in there. Anyone remember Zombie versus Ortega? Bro. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of Yair. I'm sorry. I don't remember that. I'm thinking of him versus, I'm thinking of a Zombie versus Yair. I actually don't remember that at all. Ortega's striking looks sick. That fight, I feel like Volk changed him. Yeah, that was many of years ago. RIP the Korean Zombie, bro. What a demon. That was bad. Wasn't Korean Zombie's last fight against Volk? Waldo by decision. Oh my God, is 6-1? Oh my God. How is that possible? Orange Cat said he wants to catch the fate. No, he doesn't. AJ, what? Ibo Aslan is in the chat. Bro, plus 600? I really thought they would put that at like plus 320 or something. Plus 330. Bro, Ibo Aslan sucks. That's your guy, Ibo Aslan? The 5-0 Zombie and striking match. Rocked him with a spinning elbow. I gotta rewatch that. You think Ortega got us all fooled? It's possible, man. Who remembers the Yair fight when he rolled his ankle? I actually won money. This fight, when he fought Yair the first time and he got injured, that was the same night as Sumudargi and Matt Schnell. I don't know how I did this on like a 4-leg, but I turned 30 into like 330. And my last leg was Yair. And this guy got hurt. Immediate win. Ortega, bro. He is a dog. Let's admit Ortega's a dog. So no matter what, he's going out there. You know, the records don't say it all, but it's, you know, 24-5, 16-4. Wait for this plane to go by. Let's look at the chat. Is Ortega cooked? Let's look at the polls. Someone said no. Wow. Man. You know, this isn't Sterling's weight class. The size is pretty similar, though. It should just be free money, guys. So let's stop talking about this. It should be free money. Let's be honest here. One guy is dying. One guy isn't. He's black. Lock it in, bro. This fight is very tough to predict. Did you see how hurt Ortega was? Did you see how hurt Ortega was? They changed it to 153 because Ortega, like, fainted or something. I forget what they said. Crazy. Isn't Ortega with the chick who wore eyelashes to her fight? And Tracy Cortez? Bro, that was so funny. I locked in. That was against Rose. Bro, that was the freest money ever. Cortez cut off her hair. She's crying and shit at the weigh-ins. I'm like, bro, why are you crying about cutting off your hair? Rose is bald. Shave that shit. And then she showed up with eyelashes. That shit went flying. Bink. Man. This is tough to predict. Like, if this whole weigh-in thing didn't happen, this fight is terrifying to me. But now Sterling is a minus 450. He was like a minus 240, 250. Now he's a minus 450. Crazy. People are saying Ortega has the better striking, which I guess I can see in some fights. But I think Sterling has decent striking too. Like, he survived Peter Yan the second time. You know, the first time he won the belt, he was getting picked apart. The second time, he looked good, bro. You know, not all striking, obviously, but all right, crickets, we get it, bro. Great. Ortega won't have to worry about getting rocks, and maybe that helps him let his hands go. I just picture this motherfucker shooting over and over and over again. I think it'll be mostly striking battle. Aljo 4-1, maybe 3-2. Yeah, now it's even tougher because it's like, bro, does Sterling get a finish or what? That's the issue. Because I'm not putting 450 on Sterling. That ain't happening. I gotta bet some other shit, like Sterling to win and over 3.5 rounds. I gotta start adding shit up. If it's striking Ortega wins, crazy as that sounds, it's possible. It's possible, bro. He has Mexican blood. He's a dog. Do you think Aljo can actually get a finish? I think it's more likely now because of how bad Ortega looked. But we've seen Ortega roll his ankle during when they're announcing the names, get absolutely destroyed round 1, and then come back and win the fight. So, but granted, he fought someone that doesn't have like the takedown submission ability that Sterling has. Tough one. I am going Sterling. I just don't know what to do with these props. Gun to my absolute head, I gotta go Sterling decision. But if the odds are as close as fight goes the distance, I'm just doing fight goes the distance. The Aljo striking underrated. Facts. Looks bad, but it's effective. The second time Jan didn't have his coaches because of the scandemic. Damn, that's true. That's crazy. I did not know that. The scamdemic. In New York, we called it the bandemic because everyone was getting super rich. Aljo by decision, I think is fairly safe, question mark. But one leg always cooks us, yeah. For me, it's always the last leg. It's never the first leg. Never, that's not true. Chase Hooper rocked my shit last week. Chase Hooper rocked my shit. But literally 80% of the time, it's my last leg. It's diabolical. Was outstriking Cejudo for large chunks of that fight? Yeah. Cejudo's not much of a striker, but Brian pulled out. Did he really? Now, apparently they rescheduled it to 153. The weirdest number ever. Apparently they not rescheduled. The fight's still happening at 153, apparently. Ortega should have pulled out. I also thought he was doing good in the feet with Mavzar. That is true, bro. That is true. One second, let me get my dog. 1 second. I gotta end this soon. My dog is losing it. Ortega pisses me off. Chase rocked everyone's shit. Bro, Chase Hooper and Kai Sakura. I saw people making TikToks about it, everything. Aljo has better kicks than Ortega, in my opinion. Not better boxing. I think he's quicker, too. He's a little more, like, slick with it. Why is Ortega's physique always so fucking pathetic? He looks like he just literally doesn't train at all, unless he has something scheduled. But he gets it done somehow. I don't know. He's one of those guys. What's good, KZ? He still might pull out. I kind of hope he does. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I saw something where he had seizures. I swear he pulled out. I might be wrong. He pulled out. The fight was canceled, and then they redid it. It's super weird. They were like, fight canceled. Psych. It's at 153. Put a Cheeto in your pee hole every day, bro. It's like steroids. I never heard he had a seizure. I didn't hear about the seizure. I heard he fainted. You're a pro athlete. Fucking exercise. I heard he fell or some shit. Yeah, I heard he fainted. He probably only trains jiu-jitsu. They wouldn't do a stare off. Yeah, exactly. The Cheetos get me. Yeah, now a kid always comes in here and says, "Put Cheetos in your pee hole." I don't get it, bro. But hey, I tried it. It works. Gives you energy. All right, last fight, then I got to get out of here. Johnny Walker. I forgot, which I shouldn't forget this shit, but I forgot he's Walter Walker's brother, which means he's getting a heel hook win. Case closed. I'll see you guys later. I'm kidding. Watch Johnny Walker get KO'd and our junkie be like, yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, you know, I dropped. Me and our junkie it's gonna look like Gene Silva versus Weston Wilson. It's gonna look exactly like that, I can assure you. I can assure you. Yeah, guys, this fight, I gotta go MingYang. I feel like a casual, but I gotta do it. I'm sorry. This guy KOs himself, like, by accident. That's impossible. Have you ever heard of someone knocking themselves out by accident? I've never heard of this shit in my life. Especially being a UFC fighter. You know, I am a little scared because he does train with his brother, I'm sure. And his brother probably has some little submission fucking tricks in his bag, but it should be MingYang day and night. If this goes the distance, I will delete my channel. You'll never see me again. Because no distance is minus 1,600. May God help these fuckers if this goes the distance. I was trying to tell Giuliano that Max would win for months. He kept just bringing up that Dustin won in the first two, even though they were different fighters for both. I can't talk. I picked Dustin. If you're talking about Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway, I picked Dustin, bro. I baited. I saw Lucas Tracy comment on a guy saying Johnny Walker's prime was awesome, and Lucas Tracy said, you think if he was in his prime, he would win? It's like, Lucas, make your next vid game. Lucas Tracy. Shout out Lucas Tracy, bro. Apparently, Lucas Tracy is jacked. I did not know this. Max added kicks, and that was Dustin in the peak of his career. Bro, that was disgusting. Dustin really did not show up to fight that night, but it's got to be rough, bro. Emotions probably are getting to you as you're walking out, all that shit. Is anybody here, let's just say this, let's just wrap this up right now. Is anybody here on Johnny Walker? He's a dwarf, though. I can't talk, I'm 5'9". I rewatched the rematch before, and I noticed Max only threw one kick. Bro, that's the worst part, is I rewatched Max and Dustin too. And I'm like, this is a free win for Dustin. Every single time I do tape study, I lose. Every time. It blows my mind. I don't do any tape study. It blows my mind. I think I've done tape study like 5 times in my life. Who did I do it for? I think it was Taporia and Volk. I did tape study. I picked Volk. I did tape study for Armin and Charles Oliveira. I put $100 on Oliveira plus money. What else did I do tape study for? Dustin and Max Holloway. Lost that one. There's definitely one more. I'm so done with tape study. Get that shit out of here. Have you stopped hitting the bong? I have, bro. I haven't smoked weed in almost 2 weeks. I did take 3 pulls. I was at a video shoot, and they're like, "You want to hit this?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck." I took 3 pulls, but I haven't smoked weed in 2 weeks. It's been like 12 days. But the bong, I got rid of the bong because that shit was like too easy to smoke. That shit was fucking me up. The rounds were competitive. Also, Dustin would steal the rounds late by rocking him. Damn. I wish you told me that, bro. Tell him if a frog had a glass ass, would it break if it jumped? If a frog had a glass ass. Yes. Yes. Thank you, bro. Oliveira versus Armin was a robbery. You can't get butt naked to get out of a submission. They should just called the fight right there. This guy took his pants off. Come on, bro. Oliveira at the end was like laughing. He's like, ah. $100, bro. On a straight bet. That's why I don't straight bet. I retired. The last straight bet I won, actually I won one recently. I just put a little amount. I put $10 on Roundtree to win by points against Jamal Hill. That was $10 for 100. That was crazy. And then I also put like 70, I can't remember if it was 75 or 100. I put it on DDP against Izzy. But he was losing that fight. Thank God that flipped around. Would you ever do ketamine with our junkie once else? Yeah, 100%. Fucking ketamine. I've actually never done ketamine. People saying it's a horse tranquilizer. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that shit. What the hell? What the fuck? Is anybody here on Johnny Walker before we wrap this up? Be honest. T-Swizz, be honest. This is the fight poster, guys. That's the fight poster. Let's get it. The live is scheduled. If you guys want to go on the live and just drop a comment, feel free to. Thoughts on black tar heroin? Crack. Crack. One of my favorites is black tar. I can't stand when people used to call weed dope. You gotta be joking me, bro. Walker by heel hook. Maybe his bro taught him. You will definitely see me have a parlay with Walker submission in it. Definitely. I don't think he pings him. I don't think he knocks him. If anything, I think Walker gets a sub. He's got a nice amount of height on him. He just latches that shit up, standing guillotine. Then switches to heel hook. But no, he's going to get KO'd round 1-2. I hope so, bro. Fuck it, Walker by first round flying knee. I knew it, T-Swizz. I knew it. I knew it. I can predict all your picks. The AI image makes our junkie look normal. Nasty works. All right, guys, I'm going to dip out of here. I might be back tonight. I might not. Because I really have nothing else to say about this card. I'm not even watching the prelims. I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m., watch the main card. So I'll wake up and see who got fucking starched. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Michelle Pereira gets it done. I appreciate y'all for being here. Before we leave, let's see if people think Ortega is absolutely cooked. Yes, Ortega's absolutely cooked. Do you smoke crack with me in that trailer? Did you? Yes. Juliano Arfenti. That's a good one. Hi, bro. What up? Did you see Milo expose our junkie last night? I heard about it. People were sending me messages. They're like, bro, people were tearing him apart. So I didn't see it, but I believe it, bro. I believe it. I'm going to send spies in there on Tuesday night to make sure that Giuliano gets no sleep. So I'm going to send spies in to make sure that he stays up all night again. Mental warfare. It was crazy. He's a real creeper. I got to watch the stream back. I got to see what they were talking about. That's crazy. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the day. Don't smoke crack. Don't do drugs unless it's weed. Peace.